Hi there, welcome to my... Hello Flosstube, hello everyone. My name is Astghik. Welcome to my cross-stitch channel. Mostly cross-stitch, it may have some other things also, but most of it will be about cross-stitch, so it can officially be Flosstube channel. So, as I said, my name is Astghik. I'm from Armenia. My first profession, my main profession is psychotherapist, but I love doing cross-stitching, and I also love watching Flosstube channels, so I decided to start one. I hope someone will find it interesting. Okay, I know that the first one is a little bit about introductory, how I came into cross stitch, and I'll try to speak about it briefly. So, first, my mother told, when I was a little girl, my mom taught me how to do embroidery, some basic embroidery stitches, starting stitch, running stitch, and doing something with it. It was like some kind of hand-free embroidery, and that's mostly what I did while I was in school. But when you are a teenager, you don't want to do it. I don't remember that I enjoyed that. I just did it. I liked it, but I didn't want it to do it all the time. So, and then I went to the university, and that was interesting. I liked the subjects that I was studying, but every semester when I have to prepare to my exams, I wanted to do something else. So I find Pinterest and I started to look through lots of DIY projects, everything I want and I can make, or I can't, but I want to learn how to make. So I started to gain hobbies, a lot of hobbies, and most of them were about crafting. So I can call myself multi-crafter. At that time, I started learning sewing and pattern making. I was into that, and there was a time that I did bookbinding. I did a little bit scrapbooking and lots of things. As you can see, I tried lots of crafts, and I liked most of them, but you know what, life is way short, so I need to choose what to do. When I was doing bookbinding, I wanted to be my journals personalized, and I wanted to find something because of I was doing fabric covers. I can show you. So this is my cross stitch journal. I binded it myself, and I wanted it to be personalized. So I'm doing fabric covers. So it's little soft, and I wanted it to be interesting. So I find some cross stitch charts from some magazines or some websites. Actually, there are some great websites who give you free charts, and that's cool. And I learned how to cross stitch and started to stitch. I did it like very small stuff, so to fit my journals, some this kind of stuff, and then this kind of stuff. I don't have all of them, mostly I gifted them to my friends, but that was the form of cross stitching I was doing at the time. But then I invented that there are some kits which includes pattern, fabric, floss. Yes, that's all. And you just have to take your needle, scissors, and start to stitch by the patterns, and they are Most of them are very beautiful because they have lots of colors, not these primitive ones. They are also, I like them so much, but the other projects which are from the kids, they have more depth, they have more story, and I loved it. I loved the idea. And the first one I started it was 2017. Yes, I started it at the time, but then I did some stitches, little stitches for it was dimensions. I'll show you in my WIPs. I stitched it just a little, just like 20 or 30 stitches, and then I let it, and I took it again only while pandemic 2020. So I was very it was shocking that there are kids. I didn't know, because in Armenia we don't have such thing like cross-stitch community, cross-stitching stuff in our crafting stores at the time. Now there are some, but very little, just a few no-name brands, and it was very interesting experience for me to find it on the internet. So I found kids and I started to stitch with them, and then I find some friends who gave me patterns, and that was very and that was the reason I started stitching like a lot. On 2021 I went to Toon Studios. It's the place where young people can learn some crafts, art, and young adults. And I was lucky to be one of their students, and my teacher was Mariam Haribian. She is a designer, fashion designer, who also does embroidery, and she recreates the stitches that Armenians folk embroidery and Armenian costumes Armenians used to do before Soviet Union. So, and I have learned such a lot of stuff from there. I can show you some examples. We learned some basic embroidery stuff, which is common for all of the nations. But so these are my basic samples. Oh yes, I hope you can see the beautifulness of it. It is embroidery and I love it. I enjoyed the process so much, and it was just after the war that we had in Armenia on 2020, and that was very rough time for all of Armenians, for me too, and this was some kind of coping strategy that I used to survive that post-war era. And, this one, this yellow with blue inside, it's my first letter A in Armenian. And then you can see this kind of stuff. This is some samples that I have learned, and I love this one. I love this one so much. It is Armenian Savaz embroidery. Like, you can do some great stuff with it, and I was in love with it. And this is Marash embroidery, also Armenian embroidery, and so I loved it. Oh, I haven't showed you my laces, which we have learned. It was messy because I was just learning. So I'll put, look at this beautiful. If I have a great hand, or if I did some more practice, I could have done like such great things with them. And this is from Van, Armenian, it is called Van embroidery, but it's lace making with needle lace that Armenians used to be. I know that many countries have such things, but we learned it like Armenians. We learned it the way Armenians did. And also there is some kind of lace. I put it on this white cardstock, hoping that you will see. Look, the endless possibilities that you, oh, I'm sorry, my phone was shaking. I want you to see the endless possibilities that you can do with just needle and thread. There is no fabric, nothing at all, just needle and thread. And these ones, they are variegated thread, and I used it, and that's like beautiful. And this is the example how you can use your endless possibilities. I made some little flower with that technique, so it's unfinished, but I love it. It's a sample, so I'm okay for it not being finished. So this was mostly all that I have learned from there. Of course, the workshop was continuing, but I got pregnant and I had to give birth to my daughter, so I stopped and going to their classes, but I hope that I will continue that. And if you will be interested in this kind of stuff, I can show you how I do them, because I'm really interested in that kind of stitches. But that will not be part of my Flosstube, I promise. That will be something else. Let's go into my WIPs. I don't have such many. I have a few, or we will count it. But I don't have, because I cross-stitched on and off 3 years, and I just stitched a month and then I didn't stitch. I stitched and didn't stitch, so I think that this is okay. And the main reason for my Flosstube channel is to motivate me to stitch more, because when I stitch I feel relaxed, and I want to feel relaxed. So especially in this kind of situation that we are in now. Okay, let's pick something about cross stitching. First WIP, I will do it chronologically because they are not that much, so I can do it, and that will be some kind of history how I started. This is a dimensions design. I believe it's called Winter. I'll put the previous on the screen. It's almost finished. This is the first one that I started from in 2017. I did just oh, I'm sorry. I did just I'm really sorry. This was the first thing, the first kit that I started, and I stitched this part. I will show you with my scissors. It's like not aesthetic. This part I stitched a little bit, and then I took it out to put it in my stash, and then I got married and forgot that I had something to do. And only during pandemic 2020 I found it and I started to stitch. I finished the colory part, but my mother-in-law liked this picture and she asked me to give this to her. So it remains backstitching. It remains backstitching, but she asked me to fill these parts that dimensions don't like to fill. Dimensions keeps it alone, keeps it blank. So I just took white fabric, white floss. This is no name white floss cotton. I believe it's cotton. I just had in my stash, and I did it with it to use it. And I am filling it all these white places. And only after that I will do backstitching and I will finish this. So this is May. I hope that I will finish it, not backstitching, only white parts. I don't want to be very ambitious because I have a lot to do and I know that I cannot do it. I cannot stitch all the time, so let's be realistic. I hope, and my plan is for this, to finish filling these white parts with white fabric, white floss with half stitches. So that's my first WIP. Second one is from Soda Stitch, and I started to stitch it when I wanted to get pregnant, and I decided that I will finish it and to give to I will finish it, and while I finish it I will have baby, and I thought that it will be daughter, and that was that was true. So I started this design from Soda Stitch. It's Disney princesses with soda designed, soda styled. I love these Disney princesses. I love them very much. So, and this is the first princess, and is Snow White, and I haven't finished her still. I started this. Let me check. I started it on January 2021. So, and this is how much I've done in 3 years, in 2.5 years. So, but I love it. I think that this, when I finish it, it has this big fabric bit. I hope that when I finish, I can make even long pillow for my daughter's bed, or it will be a part of big blanket. I haven't decided yet. Okay. So third one was the biggest one from my stuff, and I started it on March of 2021, and I am very thankful of my cross stitch friends that I found on the internet. They gave me this pattern, they had it, and they say that they are not going to stitch it. So I've got this. I will show the preview on the screen, and this is like huge piece. There are like more than 500,000 stitches on it, and I did only this much. The fabric is huge. I haven't ironed it because I don't want iron my pieces like a lot, because of iron it can be damaged. So this is the upper left part. I like the colors, I like everything, but I don't like the size of it. It's like huge and it gets me frustrated, and I am not doing it like as much as I want it. So maybe my Flosstube will be a motivation for me to do some progress on this project as well. That is my golden kite project, Princess Yi Queen and her ladies. Yes. Next, my fourth WIP is this beautiful deer by Alisa Designs. It's Russian little brand, and this is how much I've done. You know what I liked about this design is this deer. Oh, this. It's like small, and you think that you don't have much to do, but there are so many colors in it. This little design, I mean I did little designs, but not with so many colors. So, but I like the result. I have another kit from this company, and it's Little Lion from the same line, and I will do it after I finish this one. But this one I did on Aida. I think that the next one, Lion, I will do on even leaf or linen, because I like the look of it more. Then my fifth WIP is Dimensions, what's the name? Simplicity Vintage. Yes, it's here, but I will put the preview on screen, and this is how much I done. I have started this on March 2023, and this is how far I am now. This is the part of this blue lady's dress. I like this kind of designs, some vintage style. I find it more aesthetic, and that's cool. My next WIP is from Riolis Adagio. You can see my girl here. I have started this for my birthday, not on my birthday because I was not in the city, but I was not at home in my birthday. But I started this on April in honor of my birthday. So this is how far I am now. Today is May 11th. This is I don't think that you can see it like very good. The piano keys and a little bit of piano parts. I like it. I think that I will stitch it, frame it, and give to my mother, because she always likes when my sister and I are playing piano, and I think this will be very good gift for her. And last but not least, this is my favorite. I have started this yesterday, and actually what I start latest is becoming my favorite. This is Lavender and Lace Sweet Dreams, with lavender and lace with her the lady with her baby. And this is how much I done. I started from the middle, and this is some parts of baby's blanket. I stitched this. Oh, I am not saying you what I'm stitching them on. I need to state that information. Yes, of course I need it. So the first 4 ones were on Aidas, most of them on 14 count Aida, and the golden kite was on 18 count Aida. And starting from dimensions, where I put that, where is it? From the simplicity pattern, ladies. Yes, this is the fabric Zweigart casual 28 count, white, just white. This was Zweigart Belfast 32 count, vintage blue. I believe the name of this color is like light sky blue with little bit whiteness, and I really love this color. And this one was just white Zweigart 32 count Belfast, and I dyed it with myself with coffee, just coffee, instant coffee, and I love the result. This is beautiful. I hope that it will be very beautiful. This design will be very beautiful on this. And yeah, that's almost all of my WIPs. I am planning to start some more, but I am wanting to stitch these ones also. And at the last part lastly, I would like to share. I would like to show you some other WIP, which is not a cross stitch WIP, but it's embroidery WIP, so I believe that counts. This is little bit sewing, it's going to be white blouse, and it has some ethnic details on it, Armenian ethnic details on it. I'm going to stitch all the color parts with this beautiful, I love this, with this stitch. And the first part is like, has this opening, which is like very interesting, a little bit folky, a little bit I don't know, vintagey. I love it. I want to finish this till summer, but I don't know will I do it or not. I hope I will. In all cases, I will show you the results. So maybe this is all. Feel free to ask your questions in the comment sections. I will be very pleased to read all of your comments, and I hope that you will be interested in my Flosstube, and I hope I can see you again in my next one. So like this video and subscribe if you want to see my next video soon. So anyway, thank you for being with me. Hope you see you soon. Bye.